in part one, what I, started talking about is, spiritual gifts and whether or not you can just, like, if you have a gift, you can just do it. How it's unbiblical that if you have a gift, that you would need to learn how to use that gift. Well, that statement is in itself is unbiblical. Because, yeah, in a sense, you can, in one sense, but in another sense, you do need to learn. And I, went over scripture where, actually two scriptures showing that, it is biblical that they had a school to teach prophecy. And so, but then I brought up Michael Jordan and how Michael Jordan, even how gifted he was, he still needed to go out and learn the game of basketball. He was gifted, but he still needed to put in the work. He still needed to, learn the game. Because how do you strengthen that gift? See, for Michael Jordan, he not only did he have to, go out and practice, but I'm sure there were, basketball moves that he needed to learn. So you can't just go out just as gifted as you are, go out and practice, and then start to, that's part of it. You do practice, you do go out to practice, but it goes deeper than that. It goes deeper than that. There were basketball moves that I'm sure Michael Jordan had to learn. He couldn't just go out and then, so you grow your gift by not only going out to practice and sharpen that gift, but while you are practicing new moves. You are practicing new moves. And so you cannot be somebody that has a gift and just start putting, the gift of prophecy and just start prophesying. You can, but to grow, to get better, you don't just sharpen the gift of prophecy by prophesying. You also sharpen it by doing book studies. See, again, Michael Jordan, he didn't just sharpen his gift, his talent that he had by going out and practicing. He had to learn new moves. Well, that's what I'm saying is, likewise, if you have the gift of prophecy, if you have the gift of interpreting dreams, likewise, you can't just sharpen them by doing. You have to sharpen them by doing book studies and joining a class. That's how you sharpen those gifts. But then there are those that, even that scripture that I read in the first video, saying, there's people that don't even have the gift that can receive that gift. One, there's a few ways that can happen. One is it just falls upon you because the gift is so strong in somebody else. We just read it in the very first video, how Saul's men started to prophesy because they were around prophets. But then also you can pray for a gift that you don't have, like the gift of prophecy. Let's say you don't have the gift of prophecy and you want to obtain that gift. Well, you can pray for it and God can give it to you. But when God gives it to you, you're like a child in that gift, and you need to learn how to apply it. You need to grow in it. You need to do book studies, because you just, and go on and on. And so likewise, somebody that's not as gifted in basketball, if they wanted to learn the game of basketball, they can. If they take the time to practice and learn the same moves that Michael Jordan moved, they can become better. They're probably not going to become as great as those who are gifted, if those that are gifted are continuing to learn. Obviously, if somebody that is gifted doesn't continue to learn, then somebody that is not gifted, that is learning and continues to learn, is gonna, eventually, become greater. But somebody that is gifted that continues to learn, how is somebody that is not gifted ever going to outdo those that are just gifted? See, those that are just gifted, a gifted runner can just, you can be somebody that's not really a runner, and you can become a runner by going out and running. But somebody that is gifted running can easily, you can give it your all, and they can still pass you just by jogging, because they're that gifted. There's just people just gifted like that, but not everybody's gifted like that. And likewise, spiritual gifts. Some people, they're just, when the gift falls upon them, they are already so strong in that gift. Other people, when that gift falls upon them, they have to learn and grow. But then even those that are already strong in the gift, they still need to strengthen. They still need to learn. And so, and there's other things that I can go with this, but and I understand sometimes people just made up their mind that they don't believe it.